Bam, here we are with Straight Game Podcast. Once again, we right back at it. Yo, before we get started, man, shout out to Nate Robinson for their last podcast. The amount of love and feedback that we've been getting from the subscribers, from the people who were just feeling us, man. Thank y'all very much for the support. For the support right now, continue to like, comment, subscribe. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Keep this thing going. But right off the bat, Eddie, tell us about the energy in Boston right now, man.
The energy changed after
Mm.
last night's game. Um, I think the one thing is, it was my birthday, so not only did they do that for JT, they did that for me and my birthday. Happy birthday, Mike!
Already.
Yours was a day
You
before
too,
mine.
man.
Old ass nigga.
Can you
But not,
believe that? I'm the 13th and he's the 14th. How crazy is that?
Man,
yeah, two peas in a pot. But
already.
the
He
the the
lying.
way the way what what'd you say?
He lying.
Okay, now I'm lying. Okay, that's what's up. All right. I was big up in us right there. And you cut it down, man. You know what I mean? But no, anyway, um, well, what happened with Jason Tatum's unfortunate. Prayers to him, prayers to his family, um, and a speedy recovery. You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
so I think it was a shock. And like for the first, when we did the post game, everybody in the post game was like somber. They were acting sad, and I had to just realize, remind everybody that, like, hey, shit, this shit series ain't over with. We still feel like we got the better team. We felt like we had the better team going in. They never led except the game, in game five, where they led for nine. They had a 9 point lead. They never led except when they won. And we blew big time leads, 2 20 point leads and a 14 point lead in the third quarter, and they had a 9 point lead, and we were able to walk that down, go into halftime, and was 57-57. And from there, you rock. And so, also on top of that, I said to Scal and um Forsberg and Giles, this is not a funeral. This is an opportunity for other guys. The guys that have been working, waiting for this opportunity that their whole life. Man, I'm in
The
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 NBA
big
Finals.
guy. What's his name? The big guy. What's
Luke
the
Luke
Cornett.
Cornett.
Yeah, he
Luke
was
Cornett.
yeah.
He been playing well all season long, though. To be
Yep.
honest with you, and you got
Yep.
him on short change. And so, to me, it was just like, don't feel sad, feel bad about what happened to him, but we got work we got to do. It's
Yeah.
not over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's
You
one
gotta
game
win
at a
four,
time.
yeah. You gotta win
It's
four.
one game at a time.
You know what, bro? I'm not gonna lie. JT's injury has kind of messed up our little rivalry, man. Because I was really ready to come on here and just give you a bunch of hell about how y'all not gonna win, dot dot dot. Because we've been going at it all year long. But I will say the resilience that you guys showed in this last game was unbelievable. I think this is a perfect opportunity, to your point, for all the guys who've been waiting for when my chance is coming. Now is the time. Now is a time. I still believe you guys can win it. I don't believe in shooting all those threes. But I also want to send out a big shout out and prayers to KP. I love his game. Obviously, I've been jonesing on him a little bit, but when your health is at risk, all jokes aside. So and hopefully he gets back healthy. And I want you guys. I want it to be as competitive as possible without all the injuries and illnesses. But let's talk about Jalen Brunson, like the real deal, the real
He's
deal.
working, man.
But
Confidence is a motherfucker. He going in there with confidence,
yeah,
and he's putting them on his back. You know what I mean? I think without him, they wouldn't have a chance. You know what I mean? He's getting to the free throw line. He's taking the big shots. I think I saw a stat of some points in the series in the fourth quarter.
yeah,
I think he's ahead of Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant it goes Brunson, Bryant, Bryant. It's like in the fourth
yeah,
quarter
yeah.
of a series or something. So he's ahead of Kobe Bryant and the stuff that he's doing in the fourth quarter. And like he's carrying that team on his back, man.
So Mike, from a point guard who has made big shots, in big playoff games. From a what do you see in Jalen Brunson that like you're most impressed with, considering you was that guy back when you played?
That he wants to take those shots. You know, what I mean, he's taking it upon himself to go in there, and he wants the ball at the end of the game. And when it's nut cutting time, he's out there. He's out there. He wants the ball. And
Yeah.
I mean, that's the biggest thing that I see, and that makes a superstar. You know, I mean, I don't think he gets the credit he deserves. And I mean, I think he's a superstar, man. Straight up.
So
I'll let
go
me
ahead,
tell
Eddie.
you
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
because watching it live, right, and direct, watching every minute, every second of the game, and then actually watching it there, being there, nobody gives him credit for how strong he is, Mike. Like he is so damn strong. He dislodges his defenders.
mm,
You know what I mean? And I think the adjustment that the Celtics did, and I said it on pregame yesterday, is like we gotta go Jalen Brown on him. Jalen
yeah,
Brown's longer. Jalen Brown just as strong, is stronger than him, so he ain't gonna be able to dislodge him. And then I looked at how we also played him, and I'm not saying that the series is over for the Knicks or the series is over for the Celtics. This is a real series. One game, game six is the next game
yeah.
they got to get. But I liked how we mixed it up on him. We gave him different looks. Mike, you understand this. When somebody throws you different looks, it's like you constantly trying to decipher. Okay, what are they doing? It's a hard
Mm-hmm.
show and then get back. Or it's a switch or it's a blitz. And then so you have to make those adjustments on the fly. And I think that they did a great job of that on Brunson. But the one thing about Jalen Brunson, he's so much stronger than what I imagined he was, because I never really watched him play the game live and direct. And I see how he can dislodge the defender, and that's how he could create his angles, and that's how he could create the space for his shots. It's I mean, it's crazy. And Perk called him Big Body Brunson, and that's a real thing. He is Big Body Brunson, jumps about this high, you know what I'm saying? Moves about this fast,
Right.
you know what I mean? But he gets where he has to get. He knows angles and he's strong.
Yo, Eddie, Eddie, real quick, break down this lodge for the people who are not basketball savvy. What does that mean?
Well, that means like, okay, so if I think I have you in you're in a good guarding position,
Yep,
but I'm able to use my body, my leverage, my strength, and my weight against you to put you on your heels to just create a little bit of space.
yeah,
Get
That's
him
all I
off
need.
balance. Get him off
yeah,
Yeah,
balance.
that's
yeah,
it. I
yep,
just need to create a little bit of space, knock them off balance,
yep,
create a little bit of space to either get my angle to get downhill or create my angle to get my shot up. And that's
yep,
what that means.
And a lot of people don't realize too. Like all the kids I trained, all the kids I coach all the time. When you do moves and a guy's on his heels, that contest ain't gonna be the same as if a guy's is closer to you. So I think once a guy's on his heels, you're gonna have that shot. You're gonna have that space that you need that you don't think is there, but that space is there.
yep.
Mike, but you know how he doing it though? How he's doing it, he's not doing it like how you saying in and out across or something like that to put on the hill. He's doing it like how a big man would do it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
He turns his back and he gets
yeah,
that blam. You know what I'm saying? And once he gets that little what like somebody might stand, you know how it is. We're gonna stand
Mm-hmm.
our ground the first bump. That second bump and somebody stronger than you, you're gonna get pushed back on your heels at that point.
yeah,
And that's what he does. He goes boom, and boom. And then I'm like, damn, because then that's why we had to start sending double teams. And
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I never thought that we would. And that's why Josh Hart had a hell of a game.
yep,
He had, I want to say in the second half or in the first half, a bunch of open threes that he knocked down. I think three of them that he knocked down. And it's because they was wide open. We was late on our rotation, first and foremost. But sending a double team, once you send a double team, you put a team in rotation, you put them on their heels. And that's what you know what they did for a little bit of the time last night, but it just didn't work.
You know what I'm most impressed with is I think Boston do have the best guard to guard defensive tandem in the NBA by far. You know, you got Drew, you got Derry, like damn, and then you mess around and get a Jalen, and that's what I'm most impressed with. How you said that he's not the most athletic, doesn't isn't cat quick, but he's very purposeful and very sharp with his ankles, and he plays off of 2 feet in the paint. You know, so
Yep.
that's very impressive to me. let's move past that particular series. The word is coming out how Giannis, whatever, he's not happy in Milwaukee. What are y'all
Would
thoughts on
you
that?
be? Would you be?
No, no, no. I mean, no, I'm
He's
not.
got to
But
go to he's got to go to a bigger city. Like
what other coach will let him play like he plays in Milwaukee though?
His
but
game travels.
but if you're not
Okay.
winning, what does it matter? Well, I don't want to. If you ain't winning, what does it matter? I want to, people. Most people still want to win. You know what I mean? There's a
Yeah.
lot of people out there that don't really care about the win. I'm gonna go get my money. I'm gonna go do this. I mean, a lot of people still think like that too. But he seems like he really wants to win.
So
And you know where it's
he
at
would have
right
to go
now?
to another team that already has a superstar, right? And they'll change their whole game around him being ball dominant. Is that feasible?
He Giannis, I don't think Giannis is ball dominant if you watch how he plays. He plays off the ball, he slashes, he cuts. When he gets it, he attacks. He really doesn't shoot that many threes. He's not going ISO basketball or anything like that. He
He's
blocks
gonna run
shots,
you over.
he plays defense exactly. He's gonna get downhill. But I think this is the reason why he wants to get out of there,
Okay.
is because of Dame's injury. I don't think that if Dame didn't get hurt, and they made like a deep playoff run, and they competed without him getting hurt, because Dame is not going to play next season.
Right.
So he's looking already like, damn.
Yeah.
You know, it's the
Yeah.
same way with JT. JT not going to come back next season.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it's Jalen Brown's turn to step up and be the franchise player that he's always wanted to be, and said, hey, I want to be the face of a franchise. So this is his opportunity to
Right.
do it, not only in these playoffs, but all the next season. And I think that's the same thing with what Giannis is looking at, is like, damn, I signed up for Dame to be here.
Yeah.
And I thought we was going to make a run, but he ain't going to be here the rest of the playoffs. We lost. He's not going to be here next season.
Right.
I mean, you know, I got to get somewhere.
Would you, Mike? Would you trade Cooper Flagg for Giannis?
Hell no.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I
answer it
think
for Mike.
Think about it though. Think about Dallas'
no.
No,
situation. They're in a win
no,
now mode. They just traded
no,
Luca for older guys. Like they trying to win
no.
now.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, I think
And Cooper isn't
it's
proven in the
yeah.
NBA.
He's not proven, but he's the like he got a lot of high hopes. They got a lot of high hopes for him. They switched the draft up to make sure
Oh, ho,
Dallas
ho,
got
ho,
it.
ho, 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 ho,
But I
ho.
mean,
What do you mean?
So
What
it's
does that
rigged.
mean?
man, come on, man. Everybody's seen it. But look, we sat down. Me and my son, me and Michael sat down and said, Michael said, Dad, the Spurs gonna get the number one pick. I said, it's gonna be the Spurs of Dallas. Because if those teams don't get that pick, Cooper gonna go back to school. The NBA don't want Cooper Flagg to go back to school. So it ain't. Did anybody see them do the ping pong balls?
No.
Anybody? Okay, you can't come out with some fucking envelopes and just be like, "Hey, this is the way the draft. This way we picked that shit back there. This how it turned out." Come on, man. You got a one point. You got a 1.8% chance to get the first pick, and you pull it off.
It happens.
Happens what when Patrick Ewing too? Did you ever see? You ever see when David Stern put his hand
Yeah, in
in
the
the
little
thing
rotator. It
and
is.
and got the thing on the bottom and flipped it over and then
Right.
took that one?
Hey
New
man,
York Knicks.
hey, I work in the WNBA, man, which is a subsidiary of the NBA. So I don't know nothing about that.
Okay, so look, we don't. So look, LeBron James and Cleveland getting the first pick. Kyrie Irving going to Cleveland at the first. Come on, man.
How
Like
about Wimby? You think
Wimby,
that
same thing. You think they're gonna send Wimby to
to
the
Charlotte?
Charlotte Hornets? Come
Nah,
on, man.
nah,
They
they
made
won't.
sure he was with Pop so he could get good coaching and have a good culture around him and put him in a place to succeed. Man, they weren't gonna do that.
Bro, that sounds like a smart
That's
And now,
businessman to
that,
me.
and now, and now you get the second pick again this year.
that's a great conspiracy theory. And you know what? I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not finna argue with you, but I'm finna answer his question real quick. His question was Cooper Flag, and do I think that that helps Dallas? I really should they trade him for Giannis? No, and because this reason right here, you don't want Giannis is a little long in the tooth. right? He's older. He's in his 30s, mid 30s, I think, 34 or something like that.
I gotta look that
35
up. I
possibly.
think I want to say early 30s, but
I
let me
think
look it
he's
up.
in his mid. I think he's like right there in his. Oh, he might be 30 or something like that.
Yeah,
Look it up.
yeah.
But so you have a guy that you could come in, you could pair with Anthony Davis because you don't want Giannis Anthony Davis on the same floor because they kind of gonna. I think they'll clash with each other. I don't think their games complement each other. Just for me,
Oh, I trade
but
him
I do
then.
think. What I do think.
Yeah, yeah. He's
Okay,
30.
Giannis is 30.
Yeah.
Okay, Giannis is 30 years old. You got Cooper Flagg coming in. He's gonna be 18. So for 12 years, you could have a guy on your squad. And I think Cooper Flagg watched him play this season. I think he's super skilled. I think he not only could shoot the ball, he could defend, he got dog in him, he play hard. Now, has he played an NBA game? No. Do I think that his game's gonna translate? Yes, I do. And
What's your comp,
also,
Eddie? Who? What's your comp
I
to
don't think
Cooper?
that I don't like, you know what? I don't like those things. I don't like doing comps. You know why I don't like doing comps? Because everybody's different.
Okay.
Like
All right. All right.
who would be Mike's comp? I don't know. Who would be my comp? I don't know. You know what
There,
I'm saying? Like
there's
we
people
all
out
play
there
different.
that are similar. You know, I'm not gonna because it's your birthday week. I ain't gonna say Duncan Robinson. You jumped down my throat the last time I said that. But but but
Duncan
but
Robinson.
but the whole point is you guys are very great shooters. That was the point I was making, and you took
Okay, great
offense to that.
shooter. Yeah, that's different. But like the way that I played and stuff, Duncan Robinson never got 61 points in a college game. I
Facts.
did.
Okay,
And it
okay, okay.
wasn't
My
off
bad,
of
my bad,
just
my bad. I don't want to get
yeah.
it started.
Stop it. Knock it off. Knock it off. That you didn't gotta start it, god damn it. You
That's a,
know?
that's a bad comparison. That's a bad
Yeah,
comparison,
I'm
that's
just
Ty.
saying
not that's
because
not cool.
the quick trigger. But Cooper doesn't
No, he
shoot.
don't got no trick. You know what? If you want to give me that, say Mahmoud Abdul Rauf.
All right, that's fair.
Because that's
All right,
somebody that I look that's
okay.
somebody I looked up to and I actually like tried to be him when I was playing.
All
You
Shout
right.
know what
out
I mean? Quick
Mahmoud.
dribbles.
I played with Mahmoud in Vancouver. I got
Yeah.
3 assists. I got three games where I had 18 assists, and he was just running floppy, and I was just hitting him on the thing, man. He was just he knocked every shot. Hit every shot he hit, every shot he
That's what
shot.
that's all I'm trying to say. So like, don't do Duncan Robinson. You can say Mahmoud Abdul
All right,
Rauf,
all right,
and
my bad.
he's better than me. I would say he's better than me. I'll give him that credit. I'll nod down because I watched him when I was a youngster, and I
Yeah,
bow down to that
He
because
was tough.
yeah. Say
yeah, he
he
was cold blooded.
that boy gave me 41 or 43 in
That's why
Europe.
you didn't want
Damn.
to say
In
his
Europe,
name.
I couldn't do nothing with him after the game. I said, man, it was an absolute pleasure to to play against you, man. Thank you.
Damn.
Say,
No way, you told him it was an absolute pleasure to get your ass whooped.
man, and he was in his 40s, bro. He was in his 40s.
Damn.
Yeah, man. That say
Damn.
problem. I
Oh yeah, man. Shit, you would have got the business from me for sure.
no.
You know what
Oh
I mean?
no! You
You
didn't
getting it?
have
You getting
that
it from
wiggle
a motherfucker in his
like my
forties?
mood.
In his 40s?
Come on, man.
Shit.
We talk about one of the best shooters. So see. Come on, man. Come on, man.
No, no. In his 40s though?
He
Are
was
you talking to one of the
41.
best shooters? But you talking to one of the best shooters? What you talking about?
Yeah, but off of screens, I ain't talking about he had pick and roll. He had some wiggle to his game.
I had all that too. I have all that too.
But that's
Like I didn't get to the league by just being a catch and shoot shooter. You don't get to the league like that.
you know what? I see.
I had a lot of shit with me. Mike, can you attest to that, please?
Yeah, Mike,
He
talk to
seen
me.
fit. He seen it. Eddie, you see what you could do, man. You just run around fast. You look littler out there, but you
Yeah,
moving
I look
fast
smaller
though.
out there.
But Eddie. I mean, he gets put in situations where there's point guards already. Like he was in. Like we played together. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Trade game.